What's up everybody, back with another video. Today we're going to be doing the 5 things that I love about this G87 M2. So let's get straight into it. Number 1 has to be the performance. So this car right out the gate is amazing. It's rear wheel drive, it has a manual, figures are right there as far as official horsepower and torque, more than enough to the rear wheels, and we have a manual transmission in our car here. So I love it. It's personally really fun going from that RS3 to this all-wheel drive. RS3 approximately had somewhere around anywhere from 5 to 550. I don't know. I'd never dynoed the thing, but according to the tuner, around there, 500 something horsepower to all 4 wheels. That thing boogied and went. Loved it, was very fun. This is a whole different beast. This thing can get squirrely, to say the least. The RS3 was kind of like a very precise, almost surgical in a way, where it's kind of not getting rowdy, very predictable, and you know exactly if you pointed the car, it went that way. And as far as turns and stuff, kind of felt a little it felt a little lofty, to say the least. I don't really know how to explain it. Not the best at that type of stuff. So yeah, the driving aspect of it was great. Love the RS3, but this is a whole different level. You can kind of drift, you could do donuts, you could do all the fun little things. Not that I do that on an open road, of course, but if you wanted to, I guess you really could. It's really fun. Performance is wonderful right off the gate. I don't have this thing tuned at all. Only modifications that we really have are these intakes and the exhaust. Those two are the 2 performance modifications I have. Those 2 really open it up as far as sound goes. It feels a little bit faster after the couple after those 2 mods. The butt dyno really does kind of kick in and kind of make you feel these couple things. That's the number 1 thing I love about this car, is the performance overall, the package. You could go ahead and buy the G80s for the all-wheel drive and just the extra little oomph of power, but as far as having fun right now in my life, I was okay with the rear-wheel drive manual. I don't know when else I'd be able to, I guess, practically do that again in my life. So this is the perfect time to have a car like this. So that's the number 1 thing I love about this car, is the performance. Number 2 is going to be the color. Number 2 is going to be very subjective, but the color, oh my God, this color I saw on the showroom floor, fell in love. I'm a big red guy. Red's my favorite color. Everybody always asks, is this red? Yeah, I think it's red, but it's also kind of orangey, kind of like a burnt kind of orange, reddy kind of thing. It really comes in person. It's kind of very interesting because I see it as red, but I could understand where you kind of step back and kind of see a little bit hints of orange leaning into that. But this color in person is very bright, very, very cool. So I love the color. That's the number 1 thing that I kind of love, this color on this car. I haven't really seen this exact color on any other cars. Toronto red, of course, I've started seeing them on a few different BMWs, but before I saw it on the M2, I never saw it anywhere before that. So I love this color. Number 2, kind of extended, is BMW offers almost every single color that you want through their individual program. So if you want a BMW M3 in any shade of blue, purple, green, red, orange, yellow, green, every single color that we have that we can see, pretty much BMW will go ahead and offer for the most part, as long as you just kind of pay up for it. So that's the 2nd thing that I love about these cars in general, is the colors, the opportunities for colors that you can have, and just kind of you can play around with whatever. So that's number 2. Number 3 is going to be the aftermarket modifiability of this overall platform in general. As far as modifications go, they are endless. You can make this car as customizable as you want. Just to go through a couple of the mods that I've done here, we've done the carbon in the front over here, we've done the carbon down there, we've done the front lip. Coming soon is the replacement carbon one as well, but that's new to me, not new to the world. So that thing got a little chip in it before we got it. So getting that fixed up before we toss it onto the car. We did the emblems. Emblems were the number 1 thing that I did right off the bat. I got home that day and then threw it on my Cricut, however you want to say it, and made these decals real quick to kind of tie in the black and red monochromatic kind of look that I kind of am going for on the outside of this car. So the looks as far as modifications, once again, we have these side skirts, we have the rear wing and that little kind of rear window visor. We have this antenna in carbon. We have my mud flaps. I love those, the adapted auto mud flaps, if you call them that. Those are wonderful. I love them. In the rear, we have the diffuser and the little kind of tuck spoiler lip. Those are all great things that I really truly love about these cars. Then the intakes, let's talk about the intakes. You see them right there, they are loud. You hear these. It makes the car sound like it's sneezing constantly, but hey, it sounds so cool. While we're talking about the sound, let's talk about the exhaust as far as that goes. So beautiful. This I have the single pipe, non-resonated, and active auto work, the cat back. A great exhaust, sounds amazing. It's nice and throaty. It doesn't sound kind of high pitched and tinny that a lot of these other ones sound like, but yeah, the exhaust options for these cars are kind of endless, and you can get so many different types and variations. You could get single mid, equal length. You could get kind of the axle back, different, straight, no box, valve, non-valve. You can get so many different things. And as far as every other mod is kind of the same way. Grills, there's infinite numbers of these little inlets. There's infinite number of the lips. Infinite. And we're not even into the wheels or suspension. There's so many different mods for this platform that are being developed, have been developed, and will be developed. It's crazy how kind of modifiable and kind of personalizable these cars truly are. So literally individuals, so many individuals. That's what I love about this car, this platform, and kind of the BMW community in general is very varied, very unique, and kind of easy to do it relatively. It's affordable. There is a little bit of an M tax on certain things, but used market and overall kind of thrift spending will figure that out, especially when things are on sale, which they always are. Number 4, the looks. I know that's a very subjective thing once again, but this car looks good, especially after some aftermarket mods that I've done here. I think it looks great. This car could be lowered, but I've been loving just like the overall kind of nonchalantness needed to when driving this thing. With the RS3, I was constantly racking my brain. I was like, oh God, where do I have to drive? How do I have to drive? What bump to avoid? Obviously, you have to do it with this as well, but to a lesser degree. With this, you can kind of worry a whole lot less as far as clearance goes, at least. Once you lower it, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. I am kind of loving this monster truck life for right now. But yeah, the looks overall are wonderful. I know that there's the Edro front end that a lot of people are doing, and I thought it was going to be for me for the M4. Oh my God, I love that whole kind of look and concept of that front end with the wide body. Even without the wide body, that front end in general is beautiful, but I like this one better than the Edro one for the M2. So let's just leave it at that. And so the rear end is also beautiful. I love this car overall, front and back. So let's try to do a kind of little flip. That worked. I don't know how well that worked, but hopefully it worked well enough. But the rear end, we could kind of show you, we went ahead and these guys down here, we did this rear lip. We have obviously our emblems again, and we have our diffuser like we mentioned. Kind of, oh yeah, at the top we have this visor that I also said. So these are kind of the things that I've done to kind of make this front end a little bit nicer than what kind of came from stock factory. So what is happening? Something's going crazy. People are going insane over that way. So what's happening here? Oh shit. Hey. What the heck? What was that? I have no idea, but I was wondering what was happening. It just got closer and closer, but that was pretty sick. Back to where I was. So the rear end, very customizable, very modifiable. Yeah, the looks of this definitely have grown on me. I know for a lot of people, they were initially very hesitant about how, I guess, kind of reserved on how they felt about this car as far as looks go. But man, oh man, this thing has really grown on me. And I do agree, everybody, if you lower it, it would look a lot better. Let's enjoy this while we can. So we'll see if we get lowered. That's the big debate. Haas or coils. I think I'm leaning towards coils, but coils are obviously so expensive, and Haas is so not comparatively. So yeah, the looks. But last, number 5. Well, number 5. So the community, the overall community that this BMW and this M2 in general has is incredible. There are so many enthusiasts. There are so many like-minded enthusiasts in this community that all just want to enjoy these cars, kind of see what they could do, modify them, make them their own, and kind of enjoy them with the rest of us. The other day we were at a little kind of meet or whatever, and they're just more M2s than you can imagine. Everybody, you walk up and then, hey, I got an M2 too, we love it, what do you think about it, this, that, the other thing. Just in general, this BMW community, not to say that the Audi community wasn't as great, but the BMW community just seems to be more active, to say the least. And then on top of that, you kind of got these certain niches where, like, you got the G87s, the M2s, and the G80s. Everybody's kind of their own group. You see them passing by constantly, and you go, hey buddy, what's up? And it's great. It's always wonderful. It's an instant talking point. You'll be taking pictures on the street, and then all of a sudden you'll have a guy just walking with his wife, with his dog, down the street looking at you. In my head, I'm thinking, this dude thinks, wow, what a weirdo taking a picture of his car on the street. As he approaches me, he says, G87 M2, what color is that? Toronto red? Yeah, Toronto red. This dude loves BMWs. I was so unsuspecting, and he might have 30 of them in his garage back home, but it's kind of crazy how this community really is larger than you really think it was. So that's my fifth and number one kind of favorite thing moving from the Audi to this BMW kind of community. Is just, maybe I just wasn't a part of it as much, but so the G87 community and the overall BMW community behind that, it's just so amazing to be a part of. You have so many different people and characters that you meet and interact with on a constant basis. I'm just washing my car and somebody rolls up and says, I got an E90 M3, and you kind of go from there and kind of realize he lives up the street and you come buddies with him. So it's kind of sick. That's the fifth and kind of my opinion, the best part about these me moving into this G87 platform. A few other honorable mentions, I guess. We have the looks, the interior. The interior of this car is very nice. It's modern, CarPlay, Android Auto, all those nice things. Carbon wherever you kind of want them. Obviously, if you're not the biggest carbon fan, you don't have to option the car with it, but I do love carbon, so it's really nice. And kind of going back to the other point is you can modify it in as much as you want. The aftermarket has got your back on that, and I've seen some people with the entire interior looking like the CS. So this thing, as far as looks goes, interior wise, this thing is very nice, very ergonomic, and very kind of well put together. The materials are relatively good. I don't have anything to complain about. Certain things, I guess, that I do have gripes on, you could go watch my 5 things I hate about the G87 video and kind of learn about them there. This car is very easy to modify. There's not been too many things that I've had a personal issue with kind of installing. The exhaust was very straightforward. Obviously Jay helped me with that. The intake, Jackie helped me with that, but from the videos and what I've seen online, it's been very straightforward to go ahead and install those things. The side skirts, the diffuser, all very, very easy things to install in general on any car, really. So as far as mods go, there's enough space in the car where you can kind of get your hands in there and kind of work around, at least from what I've seen. So I haven't done any major work on it personally yet, but from what I hear, it shouldn't be the worst. There are certain things that you kind of should have a lift for, and it makes it a lot easier, but yeah, it's been great so far. Overall support, the modifiability, overall kind of user kind of friendliness of this car is very nice. You're able to kind of do the oil change, filter changes, all those kind of relatively straightforward. Nothing too hard about it, but yeah, overall, those are the kind of 5 things that I love about this platform, and a little bit more, obviously. But if you haven't watched my other video where I go over the 5 things I hate about this car, go watch that, because it gets into it a little bit with my gripes and kind of issues with this platform, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It is obviously, with every car there are a couple things that you have to live with. No car is going to be perfect at the end of the day. They're all going to have certain gripes and issues that you're going to have to live with. Most of them in this case are kind of fixable, to say the least. Overall, I would not change my decision to have bought this. Would I have bought the G80? Yeah, whole different car, whole different kind of use case, right? So as far as this S58 platform goes, I'm very happy I got to experience it in this way that I did. And obviously I can always go ahead and purchase and borrow other cars. Turo's a thing, so go rent a G80 for the day and see how it feels like. But for right now, this car is doing more than enough as far as meeting my automotive needs go. So thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Till next one, peace.